and sports on your smart speaker or stream live on YouTube. Time to get ready for your day with the morning warm-up with Trey Lyle and Ty Tracy.
7:03 on this somber Friday, May 22nd. Welcome to the final morning warm-up. Yes, you heard that right. This will be the final morning warm-up. Ty and I have some announcements in the future. Our schedules are changing. We'll leave those to that. But don't worry. We're not getting fired. We're not getting, we didn't get canceled. Just life happens sometimes. And unfortunately, Ty has some great things going on in his life. I have some great things going on in my life. JJ, who was here yesterday and is here today, is going to be, you might hear his voice more and more as time goes on here on the Virginia Talk Radio Network and VTR and Sports. But more announcements to come. But do want to mention this is the final morning warm-up ever. And Ty Tracy, I just have one message for you.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
I mean that.
Yeah, that's you put the ice on the cake right there. That's
All right.
a little emotional.
All right. We're going to get very emotional throughout the day because of yesterday. But let's get to it in case you missed it.
Keeping up with sports 24/7 takes some serious effort, especially when you're sleeping. Don't worry, the morning warm-up stays alert around the clock. Now here is everything you missed last night.
Starting with some of the most heartbreaking story. I mean, truly just I can't even put into words what I feel about this. So about a couple hours after our show yesterday on Kyle Busch's Twitter, it was at 10:23 a.m. So 2 hours after our show went off the air, 2.5 hours after the show went off the air. Kyle Busch's family sent a statement out essentially saying he is not going to race this weekend. He's hospitalized due to a severe illness. And then, unfortunately, a few hours later at 5:40 p.m., NASCAR issued a statement saying our entire NASCAR family is heartbroken by the loss of Kyle Busch, a future Hall of Famer. Kyle was a rare talent, one who comes along in a generation. He was fierce, he was passionate, he was immensely skilled, and he cared deeply about the sport and fans. Throughout a career that spanned more than 2 decades, Kyle set records in National Series and wins, won championships at NASCAR's highest level, and fostered the next generation of drivers. As an owner in the Truck Series, his sharp wit and competitive spirit sparked a deep emotional connection with race fans of every age, creating the proud and loyal Rowdy Nation. Our thoughts are with Samantha, Brexton, and Lennox, Kyle and Samantha's parents, Kurt, and all of Kyle's family, Richard and Judy Childress, everyone at Richard Childress Racing, his teammates, friends, and fans. NASCAR has lost a giant of the sport today, far too soon. During this incredible, difficult time, we ask everyone to respect the family's privacy and continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Further updates will be shared as appropriate. And then an outpouring of support came from the entire community. Ty, I mean, you're not the biggest NASCAR fan we've admitted, but you know who Kyle Busch is.
Yeah,
This was truly a guy who was a crossover superstar. It felt like everyone knew who Kyle Busch was.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I'm not a NASCAR person, but I know probably like some NASCAR, but I know who some of the racers are, and it kind of shocked me when TJ put in a group chat like Kyle Busch passed away. I was like, what? Ain't no way. He was I was like, he's young. Like, it's no way.
41. The crazier part is now 4 days ago was his son's 11th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 week ago, he said this. And now I'm going to play the full interview. It was his final interview as a winner in the NASCAR Cup Series when he won the Craftsman Truck Series race at Dover last week. This is, of course, from Fox Sports. This is, of course, his 69th career win, the most in the Truck Series. from Kyle Busch last week at Dover.
And a bow in front of the fans that are all on their feet down here at the Monster Mile. And Michael Waltrip said earlier in the race that a confident Kyle Busch is a dangerous Kyle Busch. Your 69th victory in this series, your 5th right here. Why do these moments never get old, Kyle?
Because you never know when the last one is, So I know all too well, unfortunately, with the cup stuff, but here with the truck stuff right now is it's awesome just to be a part of Spire Motorsports. Thanks to Jeff and Dan and Mr. H for the opportunity. HendrickCars.com. I'm sure it looked great out front leading the race, and it wasn't just Kyle Larson doing it. So feels good to have another Kyle being able to do it and putting ourselves in victory lane. So love coming to Dover. Always one of my favorite places to race, and definitely some managing of the fuel there, managing of the tires there, and it was an interesting, just kind of strategic battle, I guess, from the driver's seat. And, thanks to all the fans. Appreciate everybody for being here at Dover and the Monster Mile for All-Star Weekend. We thank you. And hopefully we have another great O'Reilly race tomorrow and an even better Cup race on Sunday.
We get to see you now 8 times a year in this series. You're the first driver to lead 1,000 laps at any track. Have you considered your continuing legacy on this series?
No, I've been around for a long time. That anytime I'm able to hear more things that have been accomplished, it just goes to show you, yes, you've had a successful career, but you've also been here for a while. So all in all, though, it takes a lot of great people beneath you or behind you, with you, all of those things, because Brian Patty and this bunch on this team was a part of the group in which I got rid of KBM, right? And so it's nice to be able to come back over here and win some more races again with that group. And just it's fun, and want to keep doing it.
With the fans on their feet, congratulations to Kyle Busch.
His final time winning, the 69th time winning in the NASCAR Cross and Truck Series. He won at Dover 1 week ago. Kyle Busch passed away at the age of 41. There are plenty of statements out there. If you missed a more in-depth conversation, I was live last night on the Front Stretch YouTube page. It's also part of the Front Stretch podcast feed. It's about an hour and 45 minutes. We had multiple people hop in. We'll have Mike Neff join us around 7:40 today to talk more about this unspeakable tragedy in NASCAR. I just want to share one of my favorite Kyle Busch moments. It was at Bristol, track he was very, 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 very good at. And Brad Keselowski says before the race, Kyle Busch is the ASS. And Marty Smith of ESPN gets to ask him about it post-race after Kyle Busch won.
Kyle, what was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Just chef's kiss. I mean, that's Kyle Busch indeed. Winning, brash, and kind of the perfect smack talker in his time. But let's pivot now. There was other news and notes from yesterday, including guys getting paid on a level, including Matthew Stafford agreeing to a 1-year, $55 million extension worth up to $60 million with incentives. So Stafford now has 2 years, up to $105 million remaining on his deal with the Rams. Essentially, I think it's essentially just an extension for this season to get him paid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for next season as well, as the Rams go all in. It makes sense. I mean, he's coming off the MVP year. He's still really good. Something that's not shocking, it was kind of shocking to me, Ty, is the Giants and GM Joe Schoen have agreed to terms on a multi-year extension to keep him working with John Harbaugh for years to come. The deal has been signed. So kind of shocking considering the presence that John Harbaugh is, and Joe Schoen was already there. But I guess that's, if John Harbaugh signed off on it, I get why. I know Joe Schoen got a bad rap for the
Say Sean Barkley
of everything, talking about the Barkley deal.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like, I always joked about how bad it looked, but I understood why the Giants didn't pay Saquon at the time. You don't pay a running back when you don't have a good team.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. But I guess, he for the most part is kind of the Giants sneakily have a really decent roster. I think he's a decent GM. Kind of if John Harbaugh agrees to it and they have the alignment, I get why he got extended.
I mean, you bring in the coach, a guy who knows how to win and develop players really well, and so I think they put on the money. He made the right moves, especially like with John Harbaugh. You trust so much.
Other news from yesterday in the football side, the Lions and Pro Bowl linebacker Jack Campbell agreed on a 4-year, $81 million contract extension. Sources told Ian Rappaport he'll get $20.25 per year with $51.5 million guaranteed, making him one of the highest paid off-ball linebackers in the NFL. So not shocking considering how good Jack Campbell is. He's a really good football player. He gets paid. Pretty simple. Scores from yesterday. So obviously, if we go to the NHL, it was the debate of rest versus rust. And boy, oh boy, did the Hurricanes look rusty. 11 days off, even though they scored first 33 seconds into the game. Then they give up 4 straight goals. They play better in the second period. They look better in the second part of the game. And they dropped game 1 6-2 to Montreal. I'm still picking Carolina to win this series. They were off for way too long. Montreal got to play game 7, so they kept playing, and they had a really bad first period.
I mean, just a little rusty,
Just a little rusty, being down 4-1 after the first. So you have to give Montreal credit for taking advantage of it. They get the one game they need on the road in Raleigh. By the way, shout out to Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes did a really nice tribute to Kyle Busch before the game there as well. Other games, moving over to basketball now. Knicks 109, Cavs 93. Josh Hart had 26 points, shot 10 of 21 from the field. Hey man, I mean, and JJ, you're a basketball guy, so we can swing it over to him too. At this point, I mean, it feels like it's inevitable. We're getting the Knicks. I don't know who's going to win the Western Conference, but last night, I mean, I don't think Josh Hart's going to have 26, but last night made me feel like, especially with the way they were able to, unlike the Cavs in game 1, close the door on their opponent. If bodies keep going down in that other series, like we've seen with J-Dub and Dylan Harper, are we really staring down the barrel of a Knicks championship?
Now, I said yesterday that I think the Western Conference Finals is essentially the NBA Finals, but after those injuries and how good the Knicks have looked, I mean, yesterday it wasn't even Jalen Brunson. Going into the fourth quarter, he only had 9 points. In that last quarter, he did have 10 more, so he finished with 19. But if you're getting contributions from Josh Hart, like 26 points, it was a playoff career high for him. But the whole starting lineup is contributing for the Knicks. And when you have a whole team contributing at that level, it's a hard team to beat.
And they're also, I mean, they're using their bench, unlike what they did last year with Tibbs. I will also mention James Harden had 18 points, but 6 of 15 from the field, and he actually didn't turn the ball over. Congrats to him. 18 points. I mean,
now, James Harden needs to be better on defense if the Cavs want any chance of winning this series.
He won't, because it's James Harden.
Historically, he has been a poor defender. I'll give you that. But every time down the floor, they're just trying to get a little switch on Jalen Brunson and go right at James Harden, and it's working way more often than not. So if he ever wants to win a ring, which time is running out, he's 37 years old, he's going to have to really lock in on that side of the ball. Without that, they're just not going to have any success.
He is in the words of former ESPN contributor, now works for the Ringer, Zach Lowe, James Harden is the Karl Malone of guards. I mean, it's too obvious.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't think he'll get a ring at this point. I don't think it's going to come this year. I see the Knicks wrapping up this series in 6 games, maybe even 5.
Yeah, I would go 5. I think they get 1 in Cleveland. I mean, there's a real chance there's more Knicks fans in Cleveland this upcoming game 3, which you can listen to right here on VTRN Sports. Speaking of what you can listen to on VTRN Sports, in about 3-ish hours from now, because of the weather, Virginia Tech baseball will be on the air for a quarterfinal game against North Kakalaka down in Charlotte. So both games got moved up today with ACC baseball that because of the impending weather in the Charlotte area. You have Virginia Tech now pitching first pitch at 10:30 airtime right here on VTRN Sports, and then Virginia was in action yesterday as they took on they took on Georgia Tech and fell 16-10. Man, we got a lot of high scoring games in the ACC tournament. It might be the metal bats, which, by the way, I would love to see like the All-Star game do metal bats in baseball because I do think to me, I think a better sound is the metal bat off the bat, baseball hitting a metal bat than the wood because it's just like ding.
I just like the wood. It's just like you hear that crack.
That's a good. They're both great sounds.
Especially when like the bat actually fully breaks too as well. I just think.
But imagine a home run derby with metal bats. That would be cool. As for Liberty, by the way, they got the win yesterday in their first round game of the Conference USA tournament, and because the fact that Sam Houston won, because Sam Houston won their first game of the tournament, they were able to advance. They're able to advance to the semifinals. Basically, they clinched a spot in the semifinals. Did the Liberty Flames with their big win over Sam Houston 10-4. So Flames are heading to the conference semifinals already. They have a game today as well, but it's essentially meaningless. But they'll play Louisiana Tech later today as they are going to be the winners of Pool B with their win over Sam Houston yesterday. And that's an update for conference baseball tournaments. Ty, is there anything else I missed from yesterday?
You got everything.
Baseball scores. That's the only thing I missed. Blue Jays defeat the Yankees 2-0. Guardians defeat the Tigers 3-1. Pirates defeat the Cardinals 6-2. Mets over the Nats 2-1. Braves over the Marlins 9-3. Athletics defeat the Angels 3-2. And the Diamondbacks defeat the Rockies 2-1. That was your baseball scores from yesterday. All right, when we come back, one final time, today in sports history, you're listening to the Morning Warm-Up on VTRN Sports.
Hi, I'm Al Billingsley, a board member with CASA of Central Virginia. Children who have experienced abuse or neglect often enter foster care feeling scared, confused, and alone. That's where CASA volunteers step in. We stand behind these children to make sure that their voices are heard in court. CASA is looking for caring adults from our community to serve as volunteer advocates. And as a man, I can tell you we're especially in need more men to step up for these kids. If you're ready to make a difference, learn more at cvcasa.org.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. We've seen a lot since 1982. One new issue is an increasing number of uninsured drivers. Unfortunately, when these drivers are at fault for an accident, there's a higher likelihood that they'll flee from the scene, leaving you with a potential mess. So in shopping for your auto insurance policy, please keep in mind that strong, uninsured motorist coverage can protect you from this headache. And if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call us at 777-HURT and visit trostlaw.com.
Rain takes a toll on your house, including your chimney. Even when it's not raining, prolonged humidity impacts your chimney. Don't wait for the problem to enter your house. Call Black Goose Chimney Service. Featuring decades worth of experience, Black Goose Chimney Service will assess what your chimney needs and give you honest answers. Because the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Get ahead of the problem. Call Black Goose Chimney Service and visit blackgoose.net.
Spring means green lawns, open windows, and afternoons spent outdoors. At Brownstone Properties, you'll find homes with private yards, with locations near scenic walking trails, or beautiful local parks, perfect for family picnics or peaceful strolls. This season, find your place to grow. Start today at brownstoneproperties.com or call 434-385-1025. Brownstone Properties, where home is at the heart of everything we do.
Starting a landscaping business, growing your fleet, Miller Built Outdoor Equipment is focused on commercial turf professionals across Central Virginia. We help you choose the right Toro commercial mower, professional handheld equipment, and the right support plan, so your operation grows the right way. Commercial turf is your business. Supporting it is ours. Miller Built Outdoor Equipment on 12th Street in Lynchburg.
When you walk into Haley's, you see the size and selection of a big box store. Over 19,000 square feet of appliances and mattresses. Leading appliances like KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Genair, Speed Queen, GE, and Monogram. And mattresses like Sealy, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. So what's the difference? A family, locally owned business. And a staff committed to servicing you over the entire life of the product. That means before, during, and well after your purchase. Visit Haley's today, just off Ward Road in Lynchburg. Haley's, quality that counts.
Got a real craving for some real authentic Mexican food? Not some Americanized knockoff? Head to Tacos Los Amigos, where classic Mexican favorites are made from scratch and packed with flavor. From smoky and tender carne asada and flavorful tacos to cheesy quesadillas, burritos, and house-made guacamole at Tacos Los Amigos. Every bite tastes like Mexico. Tacos Los Amigos, open 11 to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday on Amherst Highway, Business 29 in Madison Heights.
Don't bring the outside heat and humidity inside your house. Now's the time to upgrade your home's comfort with the Mitsubishi Hyperheat HVAC system from the Concord Mechanical. Experience whisper quiet efficiency and total climate control. And for the month of May, every installation includes an industry-leading 10-year parts, 10-year labor, and 10-year maintenance plan at no additional cost. That's over a decade of guaranteed peace of mind. Call the Concord Mechanical today for your free estimate. Your comfort is their commitment.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected with the show at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:25 on this Friday, May 22nd. Shout out to Darius, right? It's his birthday. He two-time national champion before you switch teams in our EA Dynasty mode?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to hopefully for when College Football 27 comes out, we'll run that back.
Yeah. Well,
JJ, do you play EA College? Okay. All right. You could join us.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryson Gordon was a part of this and he quit. So you can't do that. Ty forgets he doesn't have a microphone right now in front of his face, and he mentioned how he kept blowing Bryson out, which is fair.
So fair warning, I have taken both San Jose State and Delaware to the national championship, so you guys might be in for trouble if we do this.
Well, Ty took JMU to the national championship twice, so
Okay.
I did. I was nowhere close. I was terrible. So I was better than Brian Nolan, and that was my goal every week: be better than Brian Nolan.
Ah man, I feel bad for Brian as well.
All right. Well, let's get to it with today in sports history.
Tyrod waiting. Tyrod scrambling. Back at the 20. Fires. End zone. It is caught for the touchdown by Roberts. It's a miracle in Blacksburg. Tyrod did it, Mikey. Tyrod did it.
It's time for Today in Sports History.
Play action. Salter to throw back to the left, and it's caught in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty. Bentley Henshaw.
From ruin to redemption, the Virginia Cavaliers are the 2019 NCAA National Champions.
Let's hear what Ty really knows about what happened on this day in sports history.
All right, Ty. Are you ready?
One last time.
I mean, you're guaranteed a winning record all the time
I know
on
that's
this.
true.
I'm just going to add to your list from this week. All right, here we go. On this date in 1962, this man is walked 5 times in a baseball game, including a record of 4 intentional walks in a 9-inning game.
What in the world was going on during that game?
Well, maybe it was a year he hit a lot of home runs.
Okay.
It was in 1962. I'm not giving you the team because I would give it away.
was like name like it was like I don't know if I would say his last name right. It's like Roger or something.
This man cheats.
My teacher like said was like
Roger Maris, who before Aaron Judge broke the record, had what many people deemed the clean home run record for a single season at 62. Judge beat it with 63. Yes, Roger Maris was walked 5 times, including 4 intentional walks in a game on this date in 1962. Cheats. I'm telling you, he cheats. I don't know how. Does he have it on his screen? You can watch him. No, he's saying no. Okay, you're in on it too. You're in on it too. On this date, ironically, same day, in 1990, this man receives a record 5 intentional walks in a game. It is Andre Dawson. So, on this date, in 1990, this man becomes involved in a dispute with Chicago White Sox catcher Carlton Fisk, one of the most infamous incidents of this man's baseball career.
See, I don't know that one. I definitely don't know that one.
You would know who this person is. Your hint is he might not be known for baseball.
It's not. See, I remember hearing that. I totally forgot on that one. So,
all right, let me find it. I gotta find it. Oh, here we go.
Do you believe in that? Huh?
My man Deion, prime time.
It was Deion Sanders when he played baseball.
I totally forgot. You know what's crazy? I keep forgetting he played baseball.
He did. He also, he's the only man to play in a World Series and a Super Bowl.
Well, the Braves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
On this date, in the year of our Lord, 2000 and I almost gave you some soccer ones, but you'd definitely not get those.
Oh,
so.
no, I would got that wrong.
I was not gonna. I'm helping you out. All right, because I also wouldn't. All right. On this date, we're going back to 1994.
94.
This expansion team unveils. I can't speak. I can't say that word today. Its unique logo.
Is it East or West?
East.
I feel like it's. And then you said 1994.
Yes.
Not the.
They had a pretty iconic jersey, which they should go back to. I'll put it that way.
See, several teams with iconic jerseys. That's why. I was about to say it gotta be the Raptors because I think they had the best jersey.
JJ with the assist. It was the Toronto Raptors.
See, at first I was gonna say the Vancouver Grizzlies. That's why.
Nope. On this date in 2003, this woman became the first woman to play in a PGA Tour event in 58 years when she shot a 71 in the first round at the Colonial in Fort Worth.
I don't know that one.
Annika Sorenstam. Look at that. Gotcha. All right. I wouldn't have known it either. I needed. Sometimes I gotta take my
your layups.
My layups. On this date, the final one, in 2006, this person becomes the newest millionaire coach and the first in women's basketball. This person's salary went to $1.125 million for the next season, and they extended their contract for 6 years. You got like a 50-50 shot.
2006.
Yes.
I would go with West Coast Gino, but I'm gonna say Pat Summit.
JJ thinks it's Gino. JJ is wrong. It is Pat Summit. Ty Tracy, 11 this week, finishes 11-5. Like this, and that's one of your worst weeks. I mean, I could have hit you with the tennis question of whose birthday it was. Who Ed Lane considers the greatest of all time.
It was crazy. I heard the name before. I was like, I don't know, but he probably said his name several times. I ain't paying attention.
Yeah, Novak Djokovic. It's
See,
also the birthday of this former pitcher who has a elbow surgery named after him. Again, Jay, y'all got to realize they can't hear you when you talk and you don't have the microphone in your face.
Sorry, the answer is Tommy John.
That is correct. It was Tommy John's birthday today. All right. And rest in peace to the logo who we lost on this date in 2020. So Jerry Sloan. No, Jerry West. Jerry Sloan's the coach. My bad. We did not lose Jerry West on this date in 2020. We lost Jerry Sloan, the former Utah Jazz coach.
Like, who?
Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. My bad on that. See, I'm going out. I'm going out with a bang. All right, we're gonna do a quick Friday hypothetical for this show.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday,
This song might be
everyone.
older than
The
JJ.
mind is a powerful thing at the end of a long week.
Come on, think.
Let's dream up some absurd or awesome scenarios. It's time for Friday Hypothetical.
All right, a quick Friday hypothetical. It's simple. Your favorite memory of this show?
My favorite memory of the show?
Yeah.
My favorite one of all time. If I say his name right, we had Lake Lewis, and you was like Lake. And you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know why he's person, but I know what's going on when what's his name on college football said he didn't know what naysayers.
Oh yeah, Lank.
Yes.
Yeah, Reese Davis.
Yes, you was
This one. I got it.
Over. Jalen Milroe often wears his own branded apparel reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator,
That
Bill
is
O'Brien.
not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professional's right in the middle of his lead. That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me. It got real tight up here as you were.
An infamous moment where, yes, I had to play that clip for Lake Lewis because he didn't understand that moment because we were talking about Jalen Milroe.
And you was like, you always say, you was like, look.
Or he said, I think he said naysayer, and I said Lank, and he was very confused.
Yeah, you was like, look, I know what I'm talking. I know what he's talking about, and I started laughing the whole time.
I knew what was meant there.
I was like, hey, I can't get. I was like, that's funny right there. Trey knows. Somebody else. Got
I do think the inability for multiple interns to not know who Hank Aaron was is a top tier moment because we had Philip not know, Caleb not know, Luke not know who Hank Aaron. I think TJ missed a Hank Aaron question.
I'm like, I wish I was there with TJ. No, TJ was. I was there with TJ.
Yeah, he did it one day. He
Yeah.
came in one morning.
Yes,
and
did.
we let him do it. So
he did. I was like, "Hey, nobody know who Hank Aaron is? Like, what's going on?"
Our poor. Do you know who Hank Aaron? Okay, thank you, JJ. Okay, we're good. Shout out to all the interns who joined us in the mornings. Philip, Caleb, Luke. Luke just graduated, by the way, so congrats to him,
Luke.
along with JJ. So shout out to all those people. But yeah, fun times here, and all the regular guests. I want to be sure we have time to thank the John Newbies of the world, Michael Massey, Dalton Hopkins, Andy Bitter, David Cunningham. I want to thank, obviously, Lake Lewis, who joined us. I want to thank Andrew Alex, who joined us early on. I want to thank Bryson Gordon, even though he roots for the Red Sox, which is just unfortunate.
I'm gonna miss that. The little smack talk in the morning.
Preston Willett, who joined us a couple times talking Virginia as well. So and Mike Barber as well. So I want to thank all of them. And I want to thank the guys who join us next after this break. More reflecting on the times of Kyle Busch, and we'll try to get some other fun NASCAR, some lighter side things talking about NASCAR. Mike Neff joins us next here on the Morning Warm Up.
If you need a new or pre-owned vehicle, but prior credit issues have you worried, see Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today. We can help. Bad credit, no credit, first-time buyer, or even if you just want to change what you're driving now, we're here to get you approved. See us now and start driving the new car or truck you deserve. When it comes to financing, go with Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're here to help. Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1750 Independence Boulevard in Bedford, MagicCityBedford.com.
The clock is ticking. Time is running out for Virginia citizens to purchase modern sporting rifles and magazines from Big Boys Guns. Beat the July 1st deadline. Right now, the selection is robust at Big Boys Guns. ARs, AKs, and the most popular handguns will soon be banned from sale in the state of Virginia. Don't wait. Visit Big Boys Guns before the inventory is gone and not allowed to return. Shop 24/7 at BigBoysGuns.com and in store on Route 460 in Blue Ridge.
Lunchtime just got an upgrade. Stop by Makadoo for our 8-5 weekday special and grab a legendary sandwich at an unbeatable price. Choose from your favorite classics: Coney Island, Betty Bob, Ragtime, or Stogie. Classic sandwiches packed with savory meats and flavors in between fresh bread. Make it a meal by pairing your sandwich with a sidekick, a warm cup of soup, or crispy chips. Great food, cozy vibes, and the best deal in town.
It's time to share great food and fun.
Just to be there, the only one.
Just to be there and mark the dues.
We'll see you at the dues.
Summer is a time for sunshine and growth, but even in life's brighter moments, things can still feel overwhelming. At Central Virginia Counseling, we provide professional support when you need it most. This summer, prioritize your well-being. Our experienced counselors are here to help you build resilience and move forward. Take the first step today. Visit virginiacounseling.com. Central Virginia Counseling, where courage meets compassion.
Summer, hot, 3 ingredients for an overheated truck. Overheated trucks is an all too often summer problem for diesel trucks. Don't let it happen to you. Go Wicked. Get your diesel truck service for less at Wicked Diesel in Bedford. Wicked Diesel is offering 20% off AC and cooling system repairs, plus oil change and tire rotation for 20% off. Go to wickeddieselva.com and print out the coupon. Go Wicked. Wicked Diesel, Bedford, Virginia.
Take advantage this spring of the early season savings on a new energy-efficient heat pump from Terrell E. Mosley. Now through April, you can get savings up to $1,000 or 12-month 0% financing on qualifying systems. Electricity prices are on the rise, and a new energy heat pump is one way to take the sting out of those electric bills. All it takes is one call to the comfort people at Terrell E. Mosley to take advantage of early season savings on a new high-efficiency heat pump. Visit TerrellEMosley.com.
Hey, Hokie fans! The warm weather months are when you really need experts plugged into the Virginia Tech Hokies. You need TechSideline.com. While Tech softball and baseball light up the diamond, TechSideline.com keeps you updated while taking you deep inside the football and basketball off seasons. Get exclusive recruiting scoops, roster breakdowns, and expert analysis that keeps you ahead of the game year-round. Subscribe to TechSideline.com for $12 per month or just $120 per year to stay ahead of the game. TechSideline.com. All Hokies, all the time, period.
Ready for a getaway? Whether if it's a beach trip, mountain retreat, or a long-awaited family adventure, Farmers Bank can help you get there. Our vacation loan options offer simple terms and local services you can trust, so you can focus on making memories and not stressing over financing. Life moves fast. Take time to recharge and reconnect. When you're ready to plan your next escape, we're ready to help. Farmers Bank, your community, your bank, your future.
You walk into a repair shop, you're the price of their estimate. Realize they'll take an eternity to get to you and go, uh-oh, better get Mako. At Mako of Lynchburg, they're certified to do repairs on any type of car and for any insurance company because they ultimately answer to you. They'll process through insurance companies or help you pay out of pocket. They don't get better prices to insurance companies than they would for you because at Mako, it's all about being honest with you. So if your car needs collision repair or paint, go, uh-oh, better get Mako on Kemper Street in Lynchburg.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected with the show at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:43 on this Friday, May 22nd. Seeing this now, the Jeopardy answer last night was the Brickyard, because surface material, or I guess the question, for Final Jeopardy, because it's you answer as a question. Surface materials laid down in 1909 give a landmark venue this nickname. A 36-inch strip remains today. It's Indianapolis Motor Speedway, its nickname being the Brickyard. A man who has enjoyed a race or two at the Brickyard. Join us now, Mike Neff. Neff, good morning, brother. We chatted last night about this unfortunate. I texted you yesterday and was excited to talk about one of your favorite weekends of the year. You call it Racing Christmas. But then tragedy strikes. What is the legacy? Or before we go into his legacy, just walk us through kind of your emotions throughout the day, finding out, one, he's not going to race this weekend, and then ultimately the even more tragic news of him unfortunately passing away at such a young age, that being Kyle Busch.
It was a weird experience yesterday because I saw the news in the morning that he'd gone to the hospital and had an illness. And I'm thinking, okay, it's one of your typical deals where they're going to go in, they'll give him a shot, some fluids, whatever. And then they say that he's not going to be in the car or the truck all weekend. And I was like, that seems odd that it would be bad enough for that, because, he's a young, in-shape guy. And then I work all day where I really don't have access to my phone. And I get home last night and I start scrolling through one of the chats for my fantasy NASCAR thing. And I'm seeing these comments that, are like thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, he must have had some kind of a serious procedure or something. And I start scrolling up and I'm like, oh my God. And I couldn't even wrap my arms around it. I still can't. I've been thinking about this all night. And you're just like, I realize he's in his 40s, which for racers is old, but I felt like he had 10 years left in him easily. I don't think he was going to go that long, but, it could have been done. And I was devastated. I really was. You're talking about, and when I mentioned this on the stream last night, I think he's one of the top 5 drivers in NASCAR history. He's won more than 200 races across the national level and thousands of races at local short tracks or what have you. And he's been a polarizing figure in the sport, but as he's aged and matured, I think he's actually taken that place of a plateau of a leader in the sport, and was often a guiding force for up and coming drivers that could go to him and get advice. And he helped a lot of guys get shots at the national level. And I'm still kind of speechless about it, because I just can't fathom that he's gone that quickly. And I know privacy and all that, but I truly want to know what happened, because I feel like it had to be something just that was totally undetectable until it was too late.
Mike Neff, frontstretch.com, joins us talking about, and you sort of touched on there, what is ultimately the legacy of Kyle Busch? It feels like it's twofold. It's him on the track, and second, it's him sort of being this kind of bridge for a real generation of drivers through KBM.
I agree. He at the top level, he's a 2-time champion, 60 plus wins. He unfortunately, these last couple of years have been kind of rough at RCR. I felt like he was going to get to 70, and that kind of got slowed down, but I felt like things are beginning to creep in the right direction at RCR. But more than that, he shined a light, whether people liked it or not, on the O'Reilly series and on the Truck series. And I think he really helped some drivers develop and come along in those series, both with his team ownership and with his competition in the sport. I mean, he raced those races. And the thing that I liked about Kyle was it wasn't about the money, it was about the racing. And he didn't care to only go and like cherry pick the big purse O'Reilly series races. He would go and just run wherever it was. And he also raced a lot at local short tracks. And that was one of the things that I loved about Kyle was you would see him go to Berlin, go to Five Flags, run races at, at just little local short tracks and bring the people out. I mean, he's probably, if I had to compare him to somebody, I would say he's like a modern day Ken Schrader. I mean, Ken Schrader goes around and runs close to 100 races a year at little local bull rings. And yes, he gets paid to do it, but it is a factor in bringing attention to the sport. So he did a lot at the short track level to bring people out and to show people what was going on. And then his legacy away from the track as a team owner, but also with his charitable work. I mean, he and Sam with their in vitro fertilization stuff, they did a ton of work for that. And he also was just a very generous person. It was kind of a Dale Earnhardt thing. He would be helpful and he would make donations and stuff and didn't want anybody to know about it. But he was a very giving and caring person to people. So he's a treasure for the sport and he's going to be missed sorely.
Now, it feels hard. You mentioned Ken Schrader in terms of the timing. In the sport itself, it feels very comparable to the death of Dale Earnhardt in terms of just that level of talent. That at this point of his career, I know Dale was 49 and probably had fewer years left in his career than what Kyle did have. I also compared it to the death of Kobe Bryant last night, in just terms of like what it felt like this second chapter of his life, because this was kind of a second chapter, even though Kyle was still racing, just because of how the way Kyle came up and the kind of like he was about to start this second chapter with his son Brexton. Kobe was about to start this second chapter of his life, with his daughter and coaching her and so on and so forth. And you compare it to Dale, it's really like the last time we've lost someone in the sport while they were still racing at this high level. It feels like it just feels unfathomable to kind of fully comprehend at this point.
That's a great analogy. I hadn't thought of the Kobe time, but yeah, it's exactly kind of where he was at in the career. Although, yes, Kyle was still racing, but yeah, he was at that point where he had fully embraced fatherhood. And I love the picture you put up last night of him and Brexton and Lennox and Sam at Brexton's birthday party, earlier this week. And he was at the racetrack and working on Brexton's cars and making sure that Brexton had the best that he could have to succeed and learn to be a racer. And yeah, I love that he had matured. I mean, because let's face it, he was a brash young kid that didn't care about anything but racing and his own success as he was coming up. And working with Samantha, and I think especially through her struggles to have kids and their struggles to have kids, I think that really mellowed him to kind of see the maturity side and the parental side of life. And it really made him into a different person and obviously a better person. And yeah, I'm sad that he's not going to be there to see what kind of a racer Brexton becomes.
Here with Mike Knapp, frontstretch.com, truly reflecting on the times of the great Kyle Busch. I mean, you mentioned he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a top 5 talent of all time. It feels like he's also one of the last unique characters we'll see in the sport. I played the clip earlier of his response to Brad at Bristol, where he's like, and there's all these moments where he's like, everything's great, and like he did feel like one of the last true. He was rowdy. He was one of the last true. Outside of Denny Hamlin, he's the last guy to be the villain of the sport. But I want to talk about these past couple of years where he's truly been embraced by the fan base. It truly feels like he is his career has taken so many different turns, despite the fact he kept winning. But he truly never got the true full experience of being fully embraced like the fan base, like he was, these last couple of years with RCR.
Hey, let's face it, these last couple of years has shown that he was human. Because for most of his career, he just and Danny Stockman put out a video yesterday that said he was his Superman, and he just didn't think there was a kryptonite for him. And all these years, at whatever level, he was winning, and he was always a threat to win every single weekend. And then this last couple of years, that hasn't been the case. And you've seen it. You saw him doing things like just spinning out on his own and uncharacteristic mental mistakes. And you got to see the radio clips of him melting down. And I think that really helped fans realize that he was a real person and that he had emotions and had feelings. And I think that started, like you said, to bring him around. And unfortunately, he didn't get that full experience of being a true fan favorite, although there's a lot of Kyle Busch merch in the stands, and he has a big following. So Rowdy Nation is strong and still in place. But yeah, he didn't get to fully experience that most popular driver kind of love, but he was a lot more embraced by the fans in the last 5 to 7 years than he had been in the early part of his career.
Somehow we need to now pivot to talking about this weekend, which I hope for many race fans is an escape of just seeing two of the best races of the year, the Indianapolis 500, the Coke 600. Let's talk about a fun story that's happening this weekend. It's Catherine Legg. She is the first woman to attempt the double. She'll be the first non-American to attempt the double. I don't ask you about her chances in it, but what did you just think of this moment for Legg? Obviously, it appears the weather might not be playing kind to her, but it does feel, what does it say about her? The fact that, unlike most times, this was a last minute kind of thing to attempt the double. It feels like this could be a really cool moment for her, despite she might not be in the best equipment for her on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the one concern I have on this. I mean, obviously, race car drivers are in shape and are athletes. No offense, Stephen A. Smith. But it takes a whole different level of preparation to try to do 1,100 miles in a day. And I'm hoping that from a stamina and physicality standpoint, that she makes it through the whole thing without any kind of I don't want to say failure or whatever, but just any kind of letdown from a physical standpoint. But yeah, it's amazing to me that and I don't know the whole machinations behind it, but it seems like it was a week ago, somebody came to her and was like, "Hey, you want to do the double?" And she's like, "Sure." Like they were at a barbecue somewhere, and that's how this went down. But I'm excited to see it. I love the thought of the double. I love that Kyle was possibly going to do the double at some point in his life. And I mean, she's not in race winning equipment, at least at the 600, but she is a competitive racer, and she's done much better as she has done more and more of the stock car races for NASCAR. And I've seen multiple people talk about the fact that from the start of a race to the end of a race, you can see her learning what to do and gets better as the race goes along. And now that she's been on some of these bigger tracks for Charlotte, I think she'll be serviceable. I don't know that she'll make the full 1,100. I think she might get lapped a time or two, but it's going to be fun to watch, and I'm excited about it.
At Neff Short Trek on Twitter. Neff, final question. I'm putting you on the spot. Give me a winner in both the Coke 600 and the Indy 500.
I'm going to go with Rosenquist at Indy. I don't know what happened in the Fast Six run. He was a little bit off, but I just feel like that car looked like it was right up there at the class of the field, and I think he's due for one. Charlotte, I think it's going to be Denny. I feel like Denny right now is really at the top of the game. I feel like he's got everything headed in the right direction. That team seems to have everything going. So that's my two picks. I can't wait to see it all go down.
Brother, I just want to say I appreciate you. By the way, I've got Connor Daly in the Indy 500, and I'm
Would
taking
love to see that. They will burn that place down if Connor Daly wins that race.
and I will take William Byron for redemption in the Coke 600. But I appreciate you. After yesterday, it's a reminder to tell the people that you care about most, that you love and you care for them, and I give that to you, my man. Appreciate your time, and you didn't have a bad Today in Sports History record as well when you did. You're here for the week, so
I
appreciate the
do my
time.
best. I gotta say, I love you too, brother, and it's been an honor to be part of this thing. And I hope that as your life heads on down the road here, you find another place to keep doing this and we can keep having fun together. But we're going to be on watch parties for a long time to come. And thanks again for having me on. It's always an honor.
Yes, sir. That was Mike Neff, frontstretch.com. There. Ty, add yourself back to that screen. There you go. Good job. We're on VTR and Sports 93.3 FM, W227 PG Timberlake, 1320 AM, WVG Millersburg, WMNA Gretna, Southside. I just want to thank you, buddy, for everything. we did it. We did this. This was us. You joined. I mean, seeing you come out of your shell over these years has been awesome. Gaining a true friend has been awesome. Much love to you, buddy. I appreciate you so much. These mornings have been, as not a morning person, it's been fun. So I want to say thank you for everything, buddy.
I also say thank y'all for bringing me in. You, Ed, Melinda. I was say Trey. Hold on, Trey. Then TJ came along, Gary, everybody, and y'all brought me in.
Yeah, man,
set me in.
Yeah.
What can I say? I mean, I'm gonna miss everything. Football Fridays with Ed, especially with Ed have his little meltdowns with the technology. But hey,
shout out to the Brookville press box where I had to come.
Oh man, that was probably like the best time ever. But
I don't know about that.
Well,
I was enjoying my Friday, not having to work.
It was still like, hey Trey, I know I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ed, he got coach to the Brookville Stadium. What? Like, yeah, I'm sorry. But either way, I will miss the Fridays. Technology issues is probably one of my favorite things with Ed because I think Ed and technology don't go good together. So I think just like playing with his emotions. But either way, we still have fun regardless on Fridays.
But you know whose problem that is now? JJ's. Eventually. As for Ty and I, we may be cooking up something. We've sort of discussed it. We have a lot going on in our lives. I have to get married I get married in 15 days. I think that's the right math.
It's creeping up.
8. Let's see. So it's 8 is what 30 is it 31 days in May or 30 days in May?
No, it's 31.
So 9 plus 15 days. So
hey, it's creeping up.
15 days I get married.
Blink
so shout out to my bride.
In the blink of an eye, it's 5 days.
So anyways, that's all we got. Again, with the Kyle Busch thing, it reminds me to make sure you tell the people you care about the most, you love them. Yeah. It's just a reminder because life is too short. So, for that. So, of course, in about 2.5 hours from now, we will have Virginia Tech baseball for you. The GOAT, Evan Hughes, on the call. Hokies looking to advance to the ACC semis at 10:30. We'll also have Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals tonight. Ed's back for the fast lane later today. But that's it for us.
I want to say one thing.
Any final words, Tyrone, Lamar, Tracy?
I'll say this. Today's Friday, so they play Saturday and Monday. If New York when Knicks win, the whole state of New York might blow up. It might turn to Gotham City.
I think if they win the finals, that might happen. That might happen.
I was like, you might see Batman out there fighting crime every day in the state of New York. So, if you ever go to New York, please prepare yourself.
Please be careful. Yes, you're right. All right. For Ty Tracy, for JJ, and for Trey Lyle, signing off on this episode, the final episode of the Morning Warm Up. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye.
Some of the music that has come out lately, it feels as if people are mailing it in.